Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video I made out of pure frustration which I got it from designing my levels. So I opened Unreal Engine today and I changed the mode from selection mode to landscape mode, and my mind goes totally blank. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I need to do next, and it was totally demotivating for me. So what am I talking about? Yes, I'm talking about level design. Level design, what is level design exactly? So level design is basically how you design your map, or you design your missions in game for the player to experience. If you take a real world example, then Disney World would be the right example for it. They have designed their world in such a way that the user or consumer who goes to Disney World will be told a different story as is exploring the world. That same behavior in a virtual world is what level design is, which I'm currently struggling with. So what are the types of level designs? So there are two types of level design. One is island and one is alleys. An island is basically for a open world game, or it's for a deathmatch or multiplayer kind of game where you can explore a particular area in the world. But I am more concerned with designing alleys. So alleys is basically for a single player experience, and this is what I'll be developing with respect to alleys. So what are some of the key things to remember when you're designing your level? So when you're designing your level, you should not have a straight single path for the player to go. There is this concept called fingers, which is basically the alleys are divided into different fingers, and you have to make sure that when a player goes to explore a particular finger, he needs to be rewarded with something like a collectible, or like any in-world item. So he feels good about it after exploring that particular finger. So that's one of the key things to remember when you are designing a level. And also you have to always remember that the player wants variety in the game. So when you are designing your level, you can't have the same kind of action back to back, like the gameplay action back to back. For example, suppose I open a door and the next action is opening a door without any consequences, then that's the same kind of action which I'm doing, and there's no variety in that. And if I have the whole level with just opening doors, then that would be a boring level. So what makes a level interesting is to have variety in the world for the player to experience. The other key thing to remember is you need to always have like when you are designing your level, it should always, each point in the level should have a point of action, like an action verb. What do I mean by action verb? Suppose, let's take an example. The player goes in the world and he shoots a character, he shoots an AI. The shooting is an action. So each point in the level should have a particular kind of action for the player to experience. So suppose I'm making my game and it's a puzzle platformer. So the player goes to a particular door and he'll be given a puzzle to solve. The solving of the puzzle is an action verb which the player needs to follow. So that's one other key thing to remember when you are designing a level. The things to remember is to divide your level in terms of big movements and little movements. So big movements is like a big fight which is going on, or a one-on-one battle with a enemy boss. You fight that boss, you can't have the same thing again right after one fighting one boss. There should be some quiet moment. For let's take an example of Wukong. What they did was they had a boss, like after a boss fight there will be some gap between two boss fights, where you go explore the world, you collect things, and basically you roam around in the world before another boss fight. The two boss fights won't be back to back, so you need to keep that in mind. And this also comes under the thing called variety in gameplay. So this is one of the things to remember. So if you learned anything from this, please do like, share and subscribe for my channel. It goes a long way to help me. And always stay proactive. Thank you.